Okay, so this is the pulmonary circulation. So what I've sketched out here, we have the heart and we have the two lungs, which are right next to the heart. You see I've labeled the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. This is the myocardium, interventricular septum. So what we're looking at now is we're going to look at blood flow from the heart to the lungs and then from the lungs back to the heart. So we're going to start here on the right side of the heart. So deoxygenated blood flows into the right atrium via the inferior and superior vena cava. They're then going to flow down through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. When the right ventricle contracts, blood's going to flow out through the pulmonary trunk. So this vessel is the pulmonary trunk. It will then divide into the right and left pulmonary arteries. So these are the pulmonary arteries, here and here. These arteries are carrying deoxygenated blood from the right side of the heart to the lungs, with the objective being to drop off all the carbon dioxide in this blood. So we're going to drop off CO2, carbon dioxide, and from the lungs we're going to pick up oxygen. So we're oxygenating the blood here at the lungs. So now we're going to pick up O2. So the blood in the pulmonary trunk and in the pulmonary arteries is deoxygenated. So those blood vessels are going to be blue. As they enter the lungs, we get rid of the carbon dioxide, we exhale that, we inhale oxygen, we pick that up, and we oxygenate the blood that's returning now to the heart. So the oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium, the left side of the heart. So what I've done here is I've drawn 4 openings in the left atrium because we have 2 pulmonary veins here and 2 pulmonary veins here. And so 2 here, 2 here, that makes 4, right? So all 4 of those blood vessels open into the left atrium. So again, these are referred to as the pulmonary veins. So the pulmonary veins are oxygenated because they're carrying blood towards the heart from the lungs. So they just picked up oxygen, right? And they're bringing that oxygenated blood into the left atrium. These 2 guys over here pass behind the heart. So you can't draw it on top, they go behind, and then the blood enters here. And then that oxygenated blood will move from the left atrium into the left ventricle. And then we'll leave the left ventricle through the aorta, which I did not draw on this picture to kind of confuse the issue, but we're going to look at that when we look at the systemic arteries. So again, oxygenated blood will enter the left atrium via the pulmonary veins, which leave the lungs. They will go through the bicuspid or mitral valve here to the left ventricle, and then will leave the heart through the aorta. And that's the pulmonary circulation.